I'm back in this bitch. I'm back in this bitch.
Time for me to tell my villain story, man. Dog, this story right here is the reason why I don't. Man, listen, first of all, let me start by saying this. I have noticed a long time ago that my taste in women is terrible, bro. It really is. It be times I've been having to step back and look at
Can you
myself.
can you say
Hmm.
can you say that for the girls you flirted with too, or just like romantic relationships?
Romantic relationship with, but at the same time, I think it may be girls I flirted with too. I don't know. It says every time I started talking to a girl, I just always find out there's something chronically wrong with them, and I'm just like, damn, bro.
Wow.
I be having to step back, look at myself, like, what is wrong with me? Like, what do I attract? Why do I attract these type of women, bro? I mean, just girls I've talked
Shit.
to, like girls I've dated, and just even girls I've just fucked. I don't know, like my taste in women is very, very bad, and I've accepted that already. But this villain story right here, man, y'all about to hear the story of why Amiri don't trust women like that, and why he don't really give a shit about half the stuff they be saying. What? Go ahead before I get started. Go ahead.
What? You want me to tell my feeling story?
No, you was saying like, so I thought you had something to say.
I'm saying, do you feel like there's a way where you can see how these girls wind up being shit later, or like?
Oh, it's just, I mean, it's never no prejudgmental shit. It just always got to be something specific that they said or did to me, to where I'm like, oh, yep, here we go. I'm about to go through this bullshit.
Right.
It just got to be something that happens where I'm like, you know what, my interest in you is just like going now. I'm straight. I ain't trying to talk to you. It just got to be something that happens. But this, first of all, let me start by saying this. When it comes to this villain story, I have been with women on each end of the spectrum. By spectrum, I mean I've dated girls that are really, really clingy, but then I've also dated girls that are the complete opposite. Like, we barely interact to the point where I couldn't even tell we were still dating because it didn't feel like it.
It's not on no Dominique shit, is it? Where you just fucking.
I mean, yeah, bro. You know what? Yeah, I should have used you as an example. It's like, yeah, bro. It's like, shit, barely fucking talk to me, don't interact with me, nothing. I don't even know if we together. I've been with both. It's a crazy feeling, but I will say, if anybody ever asks you like what's worse, a girl that's very clingy or a girl that like barely talks with you and interacts with you at all, it's definitely the one that barely talks to you. That one is way worse.
What? No,
I would much rather be with someone clingy than that one.
Nah, you know what? I think I prefer. I tell myself clingy, but actually, the fucking norm for guys, they want a girl to be all over them. Until you actually get that and you realize how annoying that shit is, trust me.
Oh, I'm definitely not saying I prefer
it.
I'm saying if I really had to choose, I would choose being with somebody that's clingy. Because if a girl is really clingy, a lot of the times it's not really because they like you. They're just like kind of desperate to be with somebody. So when they get one person, they like doing whatever is possible so you won't leave. So that's pretty much what that means. But this villain story that I got, this was a girl that was the opposite. Like, it became a point where the communication became flat out fucking awful, and we was barely talking. So I was like, I don't even know if this girl still like me. I can't tell. But shit, where do I even start with this girl? We met because we used to work at the same fast food place together. That's how I knew her. Because we knew each other for like multiple years, but she was about to move to Ohio for school. She was going to some school called Central State University out there in Ohio. So because she was going to Ohio and I was still staying here in Michigan, she kind of used that as a reason to slide. Because she was like, the fast food place we worked at, she would always work there like every summer, and then she was like just go to school in Ohio. But it was one particular year she was like, when I go up, I'm not like coming back. So she pretty much used that as a reason to slide and start talking to me and shit, which was cool. But that was pretty much the point where we started like dating. We just like made it official type shit. But it was one day she came, not one day, sorry. It was one weekend where she had came back to Michigan. It was actually the weekend before my birthday, because my birthday January 22nd. So she had spent it was like the 18th. No, it was like 19th, 20th, or 21st. Like, she came to see me on the 19th and she stayed and she left like the morning of the 21st. She spent like that whole weekend with me type shit. And one of the things when she had came to Michigan to come see me, one of the things she brought, this is actually one of like the dopest fucking gifts I've ever gotten from a girl. She got me like she had gave me like 10 envelopes, and every single envelope had a note card inside of it with something written on it. and she wanted me to wait until after she left, like after she went back to Ohio to read any of the letters. So every single envelope said some shit like, open this when you start to miss me, like open this when you want to cuddle with me, some shit like that. It was a dope ass gift.
Right.
So when she had left, like that Sunday, I ended up like opening like the letters and reading them and whatnot. And all of the letters all of the note card, was the typical like flirtatious shit, like, oh, you mean so much to me, I like you a lot, I've always thought you was cute, blah blah blah. It was one note card in particular that I remember word for word. It said that, like, I'm the last person she think about when she go to sleep, first person she think about when she wake up. And she said some shit like, I feel like I can't go a whole day without talking to you because I would feel like a part of me is missing. Like, that's how much you mean to me. It was all that type of lovey-dovey shit. So I was blushing like shit reading on them letters. I'm like, hold on, this is like the nicest shit a girl done did for me, like, ever. Like, this was nice as hell.
Shit.
But that's where it all went downhill, nigga. So when I don't know what happened, bro, but when she got back to Ohio, when I say the communication became shitty, it became shitty. Like, she would literally just text me in the morning and say, like, like, good morning, all that kind of shit. And then she'll just tell me what she was about to do for the day. And then I won't hear from her till like fucking 9 or 10 p.m. So it will be a stretch of like 10, 12 hours where we wouldn't talk. And she will always have the same excuse, like, oh, I got dance practice, I got class, I just be too busy to respond. Now, I'm usually never this type of person. But
she was dancing, all right.
I'm usually never this type of person, but the reason why I was calling cap on her was because she would be on Snapchat and Instagram like all day. She was one of them girls that would say, if I don't respond, I'm sorry, I'm just really busy. But she stayed posting, upload on Snapchat something like every fucking hour. So
right.
It becomes like, cause I did believe her when she said that, like, okay, maybe she's just really bad at like texting, but it becomes a point where it's like, all right, you're not that fucking busy. You just choosing not to respond. Like, it's okay. You can be honest.
Ooh, I hate them type of fucking people. I hate it. If
people who say, I'm just really bad at texting.
That shit, and the type of people to where they don't fucking like, they don't text you and they make it seem like, oh, they really like talking to you. Then they be on fucking Instagram. Fucking, you watch their story, they about 7 hours deep in their damn story, posting shit all fucking day. And then when they see that you fucking watch their story, then they be like, oh shit, hi, how are you? Like,
what you been doing?
Go back to the fuck you was doing. I don't give a fuck. Like, nigga.
Don't act like you interested in talking to me now.
Right. Shit, I see how important I am on the fucking totem pole of social media. Fuck it. Go ahead. Shit.
And bro, I know exactly where you're coming from, but I was not like that. First of all, the girl's name is Tiffany. That's the girl that I'm talking about. So I was never like that until it came into that situation with Tiffany, because she would say stuff like, oh, I'm just really bad at texting. You can even ask my homegirls. Like, I'd be going hours on there without responding to them too. But then,
what the fuck? Like, they not about to lie for you. What the fuck?
But that's when I became that's why I say, I'm like, all right, but it's just the fact that you say you busy and you just really bad at texting, but then you'll be on Instagram and Snapchat all motherfucking day. So like, you would just I would ask you something, you would just read my message and don't say shit. Or I can't even get what you doing, how you been today. Like, we would talk like at 10 in the morning, and I did as when I hear from her again until 10 at night. It'll be a whole 12 hours of just terrible. Nothing. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So it was a long period of time where it was like that, bro. So it became a point where I got sick of it. I had to confront her about it. I was like, all right, at this point, I really can't tell we together, because you just be going hours or even just days where you just don't speak to me. Like, what the fuck is this? And she just kept on using the same excuses, like, oh, sometimes I just don't be by my phone, or I be doing this, whoop, whoop, whoop. I was like, all right, whatever. But this is what happened, and this is the moment. This right here is the moment that made me no longer trust women. So when we was having that conversation, when I was like, our communication just like horrible now. You just be going like long ass periods of time where you don't be talking to me. I can't even tell if we together. She was like, no, I had brought up the note card. I had brought up one of the note cards she had wrote to me. The one that had said, oh, I feel like I can't go a whole day without talking to you because I would feel like a part of me is missing. I brought that up to her. I had said, so what happened to, I feel like I can't go a whole day without you because a part of me would be missing. What happened to that? This girl said, oh, I was just talking shit when I said that. Tell you,
she's blocked. Blocked like a motherfucker. Yeah. Oh man, she blocked.
Bro, when I tell you that shit crushed my motherfucking soul, I was like, God damn, what did I do to you? I was like, hold on, why are you doing me like this? You mad about some other shit.
I genuinely
this can't be about what I did.
Hell nah, bro. That's
you
why.
got to be mad about some other shit. You taking it out on me because there is no reason that response should have been that fucking harsh. Like, God damn.
Yeah, she
Oh shit!
But
Speaking
funny
of breaking
enough,
up with people, I didn't even tell you. I was only with Tiffany for 1 month. That's the craziest part. Because we got together because when she was leaving to go back to school. Because mind you, I already knew her. I already knew her for a couple of years before that. We worked at the same fast food place. I didn't just meet her. Then we started dating for a month. I already known her for like 2 years. But when she was leaving to Ohio to go to school, that was like in the beginning of January. So that's pretty much when we started like dating and shit. When she came back the weekend for my birthday, that was like January 19th. So when she left for school, I ended up seeing her like 2.5 weeks later. But then when I tell you that right when she had left to go back to Ohio after spending my birthday weekend with me, it was like immediate when the communication became shitty. So afterward, I just couldn't fucking take it. So we tried to work it out. I tried to talk to her even after she said, "Oh, I was just talking shit." When it came to the letters, I couldn't let that shit slide. It was like another week or two had passed and nothing changed. Communication was still shitty, and I just finally broke it off with her. I was like, because I was her first boyfriend, by the way. She was always telling me about she just never wanted to date. She just never wanted to date anybody. She's always had not always, like she was fucking like queen bee in school and shit. But she's had a few guys who tried to get she's had a few guys that tried to get with her and she was just never interested. But I was the first person where she saw something special in me and she actually wanted to be with me, all that kind of shit. But I broke up with her after a month.
Damn, shit.
I broke up with her after a month. I was like, yeah, this horrible communication, you having this attitude, I can't deal with your ass no more. I'm done.
And that specific fucking moment, nigga, shit.
This girl said I was just talking shit when I broke those letters. I said, "Oh wow."
I ain't gonna lie, she could have got shot for that. She got got.
So this is the reason why this is my villain story. That whole story, the reason why I said that's my villain story is because that was literally the turning point for me when I've reached the point where I don't want to say I don't care, but whenever a woman is expressing her feelings towards me about how much she care about me, how much she like me, want to be with me, how much I mean to her, all that kind of stuff, I take everything she says with a grain of salt. Like I'll listen to what you're saying. I'll let you talk.
Massive grain of salt.
But I'm always in the back of my head. I'm like, I didn't heard it before, and I didn't dated some shitty girls that said the exact same words you saying. So, all right, sure. So that's my villain story.
Case for a lot of relationships.
That's my villain story, and I'm gonna say this. I said this in my Tory Lanez video, but I'm gonna repeat it here because this is some important shit. Any guy in the world that's a fuckboy, he's like that because some girl made him that way. No guy in the world becomes a fuckboy for no reason. Some girl broke that nigga heart or hurt his feelings drastically to where he was like, "Bro, fuck these bitches out here." I ain't injecting my emotions into nobody. I ain't putting my emotions into nobody. I'm gonna just start fucking bitches and letting them go. I don't care no more.